Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do a brick wet set on base, and then I'm going to follow it into a hair up. Begin by applying a mousse to really damp hair or setting lotion and taking it all through from the root to the end. Brush it through, and then next I'm going to measure the size of section of hair that I'm going to take for my roller, and these are 2 centimeter velcro rollers, and I'm going to use them over the entire head. As I said, I'm going to do a brick set, so this is where you have a row of rollers at the front, and then you offset behind that and work your way back to the back of the head with the rollers. So take your first section, make sure it's at right angles to the head, smooth the roller through and wind the roller in, as I say, on base. I'm using Kirby's just to secure that first few rollers in, just because if you didn't use that then they would fall out. But normally with Velcro rollers they really don't need any section clips or Kirby's, but as I say, just to begin with, just to get some security, it's quite good to use them. So I'm using my tail comb, I'm sectioning off the area that I need, and at all times keeping the hair at right angles to the head and winding in. Complete the first row and then you can start in the row behind. So you can see here I'm just pointing out where the next roller should be, and it should be in between the first 2 at the back, just behind it. Now I've got the pattern, I can work from there. When you're doing this, it's best to have all of your equipment to hand. As you can see, I've got everything on my trolley and I don't have to move very far, so this helps with speeding up the process when you're doing a set. So I'm going to the other side and I'm taking my section, and I feel this section's rather large, so I've just split it in half. And again, keep in mind that you need to make sure the section is the correct size for the roller you're using. And as we said in class, the larger the roller, the smoother the curl, the smaller the roller, the tighter the curl. When you get to the back of the head, you see there's possibly not an awful lot of room. So I'm putting in a roller at the back here, and I'm going to be rolling it ever so slightly at an angle, just so that I can actually get it in place and create as much volume and curl as possible with the set. Once you have completed all of the rollers, then it's time to start to dry. So I'm using my portable hood that attaches to my handheld hair dryer, and I'm going to leave this on for about 30 minutes and then just test the hair after that. If it's not dry, then I would leave it on for another 10 and test again. Once it's all dry, you can take out one of the rollers and check if it's still damp, or if it isn't. If it's dry, then it's ready to come out. As I'm removing the rollers, I'm smoothing down with the roller itself, using it as a comb, and then I'm spraying the curls as I go just to hold them in place. This will really help when you get to the setting section, when you're putting the hair up and dressing it into place. Once you've removed all the rollers, comb through the entire head and then section off the front section, the perimeter here. Now I'm creating a back comb section at the top. I want to create a really lovely dome shaped crown area. So back comb 2 large sections, spray with hairspray and then comb back. You can either use a back combing brush or a tail comb like I'm using here. And because you've got so much lovely product and spray and of course all of the shape from the set from the rollers, the hair actually works in beautifully. This is me just creating the large dome at the back, and then I'm just twisting it slightly and putting in 2 large crossed Kirby's. I'm now taking 2 side sections, bringing it round and again twisting it into that same area, and then the same with that side. And notice I'm using the mirror to see the shape. This is a really good important tool when you're dressing out someone's hair. So I'm making a bungee elastic like we made in class last week. I'm just using 3 loom bands and 2 Kirby's. And I'm going to use this to secure a low ponytail at the base of the neck. Now I'm using some lightweight wax. I'm just going to pop some of that in the back of my hand, and I'm going to use that to smooth all of the hair down. It won't make the hair greasy, but it just tames any flyaways and any fluffy bits of hair that often when you're shooting or on at a wedding or on a set, then these things can actually hinder the actual operation of the day. So it's quite good to have that handy just to take away those flyaways. Secure your bungee elastic, and then I'm taking 1 section at a time of the ponytail, smoothing it with some wax, curling it under, and then creating a domed shape pin curl at one side, pinning it up and then pinning the end of it in as well. If you were doing this for a real client, you would use maybe double the amount of Kirby's, because obviously you want this to stay in for the entire time of the occasion the hair's done for. I've got really long, big Kirby's and they're really securing everything beautifully. So I'm just using 1 at the moment. So continue taking sections of the hair, maybe back combing ever so slightly as well if you need to create more bulk, like we did in class last week with our chignons, and then smoothing down with wax and a bit of combing, and then pinning under by twisting the hair up. I'm just taking a small section of hair and I'm creating a little tendril of a curl that's going to cascade around about this bun, and that should really create more of an interesting look and a wee bit of detail or decoration. This is a popular style with brides or bridesmaids, and again you can dress the hair out with ornamentation like pearls or diamantes, and they can just pop in around about the hair. Give it a little spray to set it in place, and now I'm going to begin to finish off the front section of the hair. So this hair as I call it, perimeter hair. I'm going to prepare that, make a parting, and then twist and braid it round to the side. And there you have the finished look with a little bit of twisting at the side and then taking the ends and hiding it all in. hope you like it.